There. How are you doing this evening? This is Hajia Adiola. Today, this is how I feel. Especially when you haven't combed your hair. Good evening, good evening, good evening from all over the world. I hope you're all doing well today. Yes, once again, this is Hajia Adiola. Maybe I'm speaking into existence something, but just flow with me today. Flow with me today. How have you been today? Thank you for your patience. I didn't show up yesterday because I was airborne and I didn't even have data. So that's why I'm here today. I said it that I will show up every day unless it's absolutely impossible. And yesterday was absolutely impossible. So I'm grateful for yesterday and I'm grateful for today. So what I want to talk about today is gratitude. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for? What has happened in the last week, in the last 2 weeks, in the last 2 days, in the last day, today, that you can actually point out and say, I'm grateful for this, and why you are grateful for it. Because yes, it's easy to say thank you, but what am I saying thank you for, right? And so what am I grateful for? In our relationships, there's something we do, especially romantic relationships. There's a lot of criticizing and there's a lot of blaming. You did this to me. You did that to me. Because of you, I feel. Because of you, I am. What if we turned criticism to appreciation? What if? What if we're thankful for what they've done? And rather than generalizing that they're bad people, we do it a lot with our spouses. You always lie. You always come late. But the truth is, do they always? No. But we generalize because that's how our mind is. We easily see the negative things than the positive things. If you look at somebody, the first thing you see is what is not working on the person, or their big tummy, or their long nose, or small nose, or big mouth, or small mouth, or round hips, that somewhat disgust you, rather than saying, oh, that's a brilliant color on her, it looks really nice, and appreciate it. So what if we turned our criticizing and condemning to gratitude? And I'm going to use my own relationship as an example. Initially, I used to really, really condemn and criticize my husband. I think even at a point there was a bit of contempt in it, to be honest, right? And he would do things that, because my expectations were different, I expected him to behave in a particular way or do things in a particular way, and when he didn't, I would castigate him, I will criticize him, I will judge him, I will blame him. But when I learned that rather than doing that, why not be grateful for at least what they're giving you, right? So if, for example, I was expecting 2 baskets of apples, why not be grateful for the 1 banana that he gave to me? It might not be the 2 baskets of apples, understood? But there's an apple that he gave me. Have I even been grateful for that banana? For me to then expect or anticipate him becoming the apples or giving me the apples. So what are we going to swap criticizing, condemning, blaming, and then start being grateful for? Now, this also comes to us when we guilt trip ourselves. Oh, I should have. And I say to people, change the word should to could, because should is condemning. Should is almost, it's like you beating yourself up. Oh, I should have called out. Hey, I should have done this. But if you make it could, I could have done it, which then means since I could, I still can. And so it's hopeful. It's more of, oh, since I could do it, I still can do it. And so I get up and do it, right? And yes, this is Hajia Adiola speaking. Like I said, I'll throw in a few Hausa, slangs that I know at the end of this for you to know that I'm putting it out there in the open. But I'm serious. What are you grateful for today and this week? Rather than condemning and complaining and guilt tripping and blaming yourself and other people for the things that you have done, should do, would still do, why not just stop and be grateful for where you are right now and all the things that have happened till now? When last did you say thank you to your children? When last did you say thank you to your spouse? When last did you say thank you to yourself for doing the things that you have said you're going to do? When last? The more you do those things to yourself, the easier it is to do to other people. I promise you. Because you cannot give what you do not have. And so if you don't thank yourself, I thank myself for the minutest things. Because what gets celebrated gets repeated. So what are you grateful for? What are you going to teach yourself to be grateful for? One lesson? Every morning when you wake up, look for 5 things that you're grateful for that are different. Don't say, I'm grateful for Milo, I'm grateful for Milo, I'm grateful for Milo. No. I'm grateful for Milo, I'm grateful for milk, I'm grateful for sugar, I'm grateful for honey. 4 different things. And why am I grateful for Milo? It nourishes me. Right? And then at night before you go to bed also, look for 5 things again that you can be grateful for. And actively either write it down or say it out or close your eyes and meditate over it, or just, if you're praying, be prayerful about it and be grateful for it. The more you are grateful for little things, the more you get more things. I have a dog. My dog, when I give him something, he's so excited, and you see him, I feel like he's prostrating. That's the story that I tell myself, that he's saying thank you. And so he wants more. And so when somebody celebrates you, you want to give them more, you want to do more. So you say thank you to your child, they want to hear more. So they're going to want to do more things to hear you say thank you. When you're grateful to your spouse, they want to hear more of the thank you, because now you're telling them that they're doing something that you're happy about. They want more of it. There's nothing that kills any spouse than they thinking that they're the cause of your pain. Nothing kills them more, or they're not able to meet up to the things that you expect of them. So when they hear thank you, oh my goodness, it does wonders to them, especially when they already do not feel enough, when they already do not feel like they're satisfying you in certain ways, and then you come and say thank you for what you gave me yesterday, thank you for the pattern, thank you for staying up, staying up. If you should see me sometimes when my husband sends me things, even if there are things that he's meant to give to me, or there are things that he's even owing me, the way I thank him, oh my goodness. And it's not because but I naturally now do it, because I do it a lot to myself. And you say, but that's his responsibility. It's his responsibility to look after me. But it's God's responsibility to look after us. Why do we thank God? He created me now. So it's his responsibility to look after me. So why do I thank him every day? Why do I thank him for food? Why do I thank him for shelter? Why do I thank him for clothing? It's his responsibility. It's the same thing with your spouse, or your children, or your workmates, or your servants if you have them, or your maids if you have them, or your driver. My driver, every day he takes me anywhere. Before I come down from the car, I say thank you. Thank you. I walk into a place, somebody opens the door, I say thank you. You drop something on my table, I say thank you. Because I'm grateful for everything. Because you didn't have to. And people say, but it's your responsibility. But what if you decided not to do it? Who would I hold? Who would I hold responsible? So let us now actively start to be grateful. Let us replace condemnation, contempt, criticisms, guilt, blame, shame, woulda, coulda, shoulda, to being just grateful. Just grateful. Oh, I could have done this yesterday. I'm grateful that I even realized that I could have done it. So now that I still can, I'm grateful for the opportunity to still do it. And I get up and I do it. Ain't no shame or blame in it. No shame or blame. So let's swap it around today. Let's be grateful for everything. Everything that happens to us. Everything. Because the more you look for the things to be grateful for, the more you find it. It's like when I used to go out in the night to go and look at the stars. And also the moon. I remember one day my daughter said, "Mommy, somebody has stolen the moon. This is a mystery." You know, sometimes the moon disappears and then you don't see it physically. It's still there, but you don't see it. And then sometimes it's a full moon, sometimes it's half a moon. And when I don't see it, I'm like, "So who took my moon?" And my daughter would say, "Mommy, it's a mystery," because I used to take her out to look at the moon with me. But what I was doing was I'll look at the stars, and what I'm doing is looking for the opportunities, because I want to, when the opportunities come, I want to be able to recognize it. So there are different things, there are different tricks and tips that I've done to make me realize that, there's so many things to be grateful for. And I've taught myself, it's in my complete psyche. I'm grateful for everything. Thank you for this. And if I want to ask for more, I can. Or if I want to say, "Oh, please, but I would like more of it." It's like, your husband opening the door for you and you say, "Thank you for opening the door for me. I would really love more of this." What have you done? You have thanked him for what he's done, and you have told him what you would like. Not, "Oh, that's how yesterday I was walking, you closed the door, it slammed my face. You always close the door and slam my face." But that was yesterday. What about today? He opened the door. Can you be grateful for today? Before you remember all the past that he didn't or she didn't do, or your children, you always, we generalize, you always lie, you always steal, you always put your plate and you don't wash it. But we don't always do things. We don't always do things. So we're entering a new week today. I'm not even sure what day today is. I think it's either 36 or something. I think I've gotten to 36 or 37. Yomi, help me here, please. And all I want to say today is, let us now focus on the things that we can be grateful for, and flip all the other negative things that we're used to doing to ourselves and other people, and just be grateful. It's so easy. You see, if you want to look for the negative things, they abound. All you just need to do is maybe put on your television or pick up your phone. You don't even need to go too far, and get on Instagram. You will have many reasons to sulk. You will have many reasons to be sad. You will have many reasons to complain. You will have many reasons to condemn. It's plenty. Day 36. Thank you, darling. There's so many reasons to see the negative in the things that happen in our lives. But can we now start to teach ourselves? Can we now start to recondition ourselves? Can we now start to reprogram ourselves to start to see the things that we're grateful for? Today, I've been away for a while. Today, I got back and I heard that fuel is 350 naira per liter. I sent my driver out to go and buy fuel, and I know how much I circulated today. Now, I could have said, "Oh my goodness, I've come back to Nigeria again." Oh, blah, 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 blah. I was just like, I'm grateful for that, for the fact that I even have the funds to be able to live the kind of life that I want to live, a life of comfort. And whilst people are shouting that there's a casting down, I will be making noise that there's a lifting up, because surplus is my existence. I didn't even bother myself. I said, "How much does it cost? I'm sending it to you. Go and do it." At some point, he said something and I was going to start to question. What am I questioning for? It's still going to be done. So why do I want to bother myself over a take? Go and sort it out. There's so many things that there was no light. Don't know what. There are too many. We don't need to go far to complain. Just in our very before. So many things to complain about. But what about the things that we can be grateful for? Can we focus on those things this week? Maybe one thing a day. Maybe you can't do up to 5. Maybe one thing a day. Move the needle a little bit. One thing a day, every morning when you wake up, I'm great. And don't let it be, I'm grateful for life every time. Yes, you're grateful for life, but what else? I'm grateful for my mattress. I'm grateful for my pillows. I'm grateful for my duvet, because without them, where would I get the warmth that I desire at night? I'm grateful for my room. I'm grateful for the air conditioner that is cooling my body. I'm grateful for water. I can open a tap and water comes out. There are people who don't have that opportunity. But I open the tap, hot water shows, cold water shows. I have the luxury of cold and hot water. What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? And what are you going to be conscious of being grateful for every day? First thing in the morning and last thing at night before you close your eyes. Let's start to be very conscious and intentional about it so that it increases, because energy grows where energy goes, and wherever you put your focus on, you would increase it regardless. I love you. Signing out, Hajia Adiola, Abubakar, Kingsley James, Seyanjuma, Seikobe, and love and light. Bye everyone.